Good evening, truck and tractor pull fans. Boy, we got a big mouthfuls of recaps to talk about tonight, man. What a weekend. Mother Nature was kind to us. We got all three events that I say three of us. Kendra is going to try to be here. Kendra had every intention of being on here. She's home. Unfortunately, Kendra is fighting flooding right now. She's trying to stop water coming in her, I believe she said her back door, so her basement door. So we wish her luck with that. And I told her if she can make it in, fine. If not, don't worry about it. Your house is more important. So she said they got 11 inches of rain since last week. It's insane. I mean, it's better than being in a drought, but I'm done with rain. I mowed today, and I still didn't get finished because I ended up breaking a belt. I got to fix all that tomorrow. That's another story. But man, the grass is just so thick and damp. I mean, I let it dry as long as I could. I had to get it cut, and I'm glad I did because it's raining here now. So I still got a portion of yard down off the hill to do, but that's just going to have to wait till I get the mower fixed now. So, but anyway, chat's already starting to kick off here, and go ahead, Dwayne. I know you got something to say.
Just takes some heat, humidity, and water to make that grass go crazy.
Oh man, yeah, it's been a while since I've been able to mow it because it rains every day. I can't get it to dry, and the thicker it gets, the harder it is to dry. So, but now it's all kind of clumpy looking. But next couple of mowings will take care of that, so it's okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll get ripping on here. Let's see. I've got a comment over here already. David Kaufman. How are you, Mr. Kaufman? Good to see you, man. Seen him at Leport Friday. And
I've seen that he's been busy this weekend. He's been main man on the Morrison crew.
See that? Absolutely. Keeps him busy, keeps him out of trouble. Craig Cooper. We got a lot of stuff to talk about, Craig. We'll probably put your stuff down on the scroller. I'll probably show them while Dwayne's doing his portion of the results. So we're going to try to get done in an hour. We're going to be pushing. We also have some other stuff to talk about. Got a great brand new event coming up this Saturday in Frederick, the Gladhill Pro Pool. We're going to talk more about that, and very much looking forward to that. I go there in October for their classic tractor and farm tractor and antique tractor pool they have there, and truck show and everything in October. That is awesome. I strongly recommend people go and see that in October. And by all means, get there this Saturday, 6 p.m. We'll have a flyer for you and some more information about that. And there's some added monies from one of the sponsors we'll get into. And we're going to start with Leport, which was Friday, July 11th. First time we've been there. The Berks County Fair. Fantastic people, great promoters. The fair board's really nice. Spoke with several of them. Spoke with one away from the event a couple days later. Very enthusiastic people. Really enjoyed having us there. We enjoyed being there. The track surprised me. The track was pretty good. I was pretty impressed with that. Spring Garden Repair was also there. They were in attendance. Of course, they are a big sponsor with the Atlantic Pro Pulling, and it was good to see them. And I know Tara and Dave and some of the others I didn't get a chance to meet with them, but they did get to meet and talk with them, and pretty good people. And we really appreciate everything they're doing for Atlantic Pro Pulling, for the sport in general. We appreciate their efforts and stuff. So. With that said, I'm going to go ahead and kick off 460 ABC York. ABC York 466 Hot Farm Tractors got us going there. We had Ray Kaufman on the sled, and it's been a while since we've had decision maker there, but Ray did a good job. Taking the win was the after hours too of Tyree Cable with their international at 368.80. Yeah, these distances are a little long, but you're got people that's not used to that track and stuff, but and it was a good track, and these guys got a hold of it. They were going. Dwayne, you were finish line flagging. I know you.
Yeah, we were running long all evening. We just was the nature of the track, and so we just yeah, couldn't get.
I was impressed. I was impressed how well they were able to get hold of the track. Usually, when you go to a new place, it's like but it wasn't bad. Uh, Second place was Brian Morrison with the Shed Shaker at 365.55. Third was Nelson Harding with the Road Gear Row Crop with his Ford 9000 at 363.54. And I also want to mention Nelson Harding, I guess Farms, put up I forget how much additional money in the hot farm class. So we appreciate that too, Nelson. That's
I think it was
very
500.
nice. It was a 500.
Yeah, I think so.
That's a cool deal there. Very, very good deal. Fourth was the Weapon X of Luke Gladhill. Keep an eye on him because he is starting to lay down some very good runs with that John Deere. Again, fourth at 361.27, and we'll be at their event in a couple days in Frederick. Fifth, the well-armed Ray Norris at 354.79. Sixth was also Ray Norris with the Pack and Heat John Deere at 353.94. And rounding out the class in seventh was Alan Lynch with Chasing Smoke at 323.33. Great class of tractors, and they were letting the tongues hang out, man. They were rocking and rolling. And again, Nelson, thank you for the added payout. If you want to go ahead and talk to us about the East Coast Diesel 4x4 trucks.
I can do that. If I can get my stuff to cooperate. Sorry.
Dwayne's having a bad evening. He ended up having to change printers, and now he's got to get everything in order here. So
coming in first place in the East Coast Diesel 4x4 class was Carl Ankowitz with Living on the Edge. He had 307.34. In second place was Norm Newswanger with Chapter 11 at 304.06. In third place was James Barter with the Barter Turbo Service Blue Ford at 300.25. In fourth place was Shane Fleck with a gray Dodge called Snow Money. He had 287.34. In fifth place was
gray, white, gray, whatever you want to say.
Okay, off-white. Sorry. White, because it's called Snow Money.
Hey, I didn't get a chance to pick on you. I seen you Friday and Saturday, and I left you be. I didn't say a whole lot.
Yeah, we couldn't talk too much because we had a microphone eavesdropping.
Yes.
Coming in fifth place was Kervin Zimmerman with the Outlaw. He had 210.96. And in sixth place was Tom Hassler, and the sled got reset, and he broke and couldn't come back.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
And I will tell you what, that new truck, wow. Guys and gals, watch that new Dixon King Ranch Edition. That thing is amazing. Hooks hard, hooks smooth, goes straight. Well, it just, there's no bound. I mean, it was just a beautiful pass.
Had an excellent first run, that's for sure. Yes. Or second run.
Yeah. And that's a 7.3 in that bad boy. That's P-Pump 7.3. That thing is getting the horsepower down the track. It'll be fun to watch that one. Next up was a pretty good class of Wild Street Diesel 4x4 trucks. 18 made the call. And I'll also say Tom Hassler Diesel Performance put up $1,000 additional to the winner in a class that was already paying $1,000 to win. So the winner, if I'm correct, took home $2,000 in this particular class. And that winner was Nate Rupp with his Dodge. Rupp's Diesel Performance at 340.46. Congratulations, Nate. That was a nice payday. Second was Zach Wagner with his Ford at I'm sorry. They're out of order here. Hold on a minute.
Casey out.
Yep. Alan Casey was second with his Dodge at 340.02.
And I have
What's that?
I went and I put him in.
Yeah, I got him now. I'm just reading the wrong column.
Gotcha.
Third was Justin Shriver with a Dodge called Neighborhood Nuisance at 332.97. Hard running truck there, that's for sure. Let's see. Fourth was all of them. Fourth was Tom Hassler, the guy who put up the additional monies. With his Ford, he calls Cry Baby Maker. I love the name. Cry Baby Maker. And that's 331.58. Fifth place was Ben Gelsinger with his GMC at 322 and 80. Sixth was Sean Mahoney with his Chevrolet at 321.41. Seventh, Dylan Rupp with the Rupp's Diesel and Auto Ford at 314. I'm sorry, at 320.78. Eighth was Matt Fessler with his Chevy at 314.14. Ninth was Chad Lutz with his Chevy at 304.88. 10th was Evan Moser with his Dodge out of West Virginia at 304.19. 11th, Mark Balthaser with his Chevrolet at 301.35. 12th, we go to Zach Wagner. We got it right this time with his Ford at 296.41. 13th was Nathan Wagner, another Chevrolet, at 295 and 84. 14th, Ian Slapik. His truck's called Barney at 287.44. Somebody had to spell that name to me 2 or 3 times there.
Schlapik. Yeah.
Schlapik. Okay.
Schlapik. That was his. It says second hook ever.
Yeah, it was his second hook, and hey, he didn't finish last. So. 15th was Stephen Carl with his Ford at 273.52. Some of these numbers are a little tough to see. They're small. 16th was Dalton Evers with his cashed out Dodge at 262 and 50.
Yep.
17th was Jansen Rohr with the Hillbilly Deluxe Dodge at 219.03. And 18th was Cody Hagg with his Dodge. We won't pronounce the name that he calls it, but box. Anyway,
S box. It's called S box.
It's S box. There you go.
S star box.
And get you that distance here in just a minute. 20882. It looks like 208.82. So that was a big truck, a big class of trucks, and again, $2,000 to the winner. And thank you, Tom Hassler, National Diesel Performance, for the added monies. Last class up, Mr. Dwayne.
The last class up was the street semis. Coming in first place was James Huber from Narvin with a blue-green Peterbilt at 352.58. In second place was Casey Livingood with the cab over Diamond T. He had 343.55. In third place was Dustin Fessler from Wimmelsdorf in a purple Peterbilt. He had 331.56. In fourth place was Colton Rohrbach with a 69 Kenworth W900. He had 329.
No, I'm waving to people in chat.
0.88. In fifth place was Mark Fessler from Wimmelsdorf in his red Peterbilt. He had 309.89. In sixth place was Brian Etzweiler in his 86 Freightliner. He had 281.64. And in seventh place was Dakota Hartman in a R model Mac. He had 267.19.
Yep. Nice little class of semis there, street semis.
Yep.
Hi, John. John Roop, Brother Blaylock's here. There's a mad Hungarian in here somewhere, I think. His name's Robert. There he is. Hello, everyone. Dave Mackey, good to see you, Dave. We're going to be talking about the event you had the pleasure of announcing Saturday night here in just a little bit. Always a good announcer, man. Dave May. Check him out, man.
Yeah, great job.
Yes, he does. Good
one of the best guys to work with. He is
he's
my man.
Yep. See, I throw him good words because I know eventually I'll get paid back on the PA system up there.
There you go.
He's a good announcer, seriously, guys. If you're looking for an announcer for your event, I mean, he lives a pretty good little hike from all of us, but he's not afraid to drive down and do his job. He does his job well. So we thank you, Mr. May. Okay. We're going to go ahead and dart over to Saturday night, July 12th, over to the Mason-Dixon Fair in Delta, Pennsylvania. That was literally from my house. It's 4.8 3 miles or something. But I decided to go further north because of the rain out, so trying to go get extra footage and stuff. So, but Mikey was on hand there to take care of the filming, and sounded like it wasn't too bad. I haven't talked to anybody really about the event. I was kind of hoping Kendra would be in here with us a little bit because I'm pretty sure she was there. But anyway, we'll go ahead and get kicked off. I will say, I believe the Summit, the limited pro stock semis were the first class. But I think there's something just they reset the sled or something, and they ended up moving that class to last. That's coming in a future show. We'll discuss that. But anyway, ABC York 466 hot form. No. Who was first class? I believe the East Coast diesel trucks were first. After the semi.
Yeah, I think the trucks came first after.
I'll go ahead and read them real quick, and we'll turn the hot farms over to you. Anyway, we'll get it right eventually. Like I said, I wasn't there. I have to go back and look at my video files. But anyway, East Coast Diesel 4x4 trucks. And we had 5 of them make the call. And taking the win, no surprise, the Crazy X of John Mans. Local fellow, too. Not too far away from us here. 296.19, taking the win. Second was Carl Ankowicz with Living on the Edge at 295.38. Carl's having a pretty good run here lately.
Mm-hmm.
Always are dialed in. Third was James Barter with the Barter Turbo Service Cummins-powered Ford at 292.75. Fourth was the Outlaw Kervin Zimmerman with his GMC Cummins Power under the hood, 288.45. And rounding out the class, and fifth was Norman Newswanger with Chapter 11 at 278.49. 278.49. Maybe that's why Kendra decided not to come on tonight.
Yeah, I was going to say that's kind of unusual for Chapter 11 to
like
be.
One of the things, don't give me a reason to cuss. I remember hearing that line from her before. So, but anyway, good job by the guys, and John Mans. Good to see a local again. Thank you. All right, ABC York 466 Hot Farm Dwayne. They were next.
All right, coming in first place was David Kaufman's favorite tractor, Brian Morrison in the Shed Shaker at 332.48. In second place was Weapon X, driven by Luke Gladhill at 332.14. In third place, the Road Gear Row Crop of Nelson Harding, right up there every time, at 324.13. In fourth place was After Hours 2, International, driven by Tyree Cable at 321.88. In fifth place was Ray Norris, driving Packing Heat. He had 319.04. In sixth place was Alan Lynch, Chasing Smoke at 318.31. In seventh place was Dave Daughtry on Buzzard Bait at 302.37. In eighth place was Robert Dixon, Ben Dixon with a Problem Child International. He had 298.89. In ninth place was Paul Richardson with the Alice Chalmers Venomous, called Venomous, at 287.83. And in 10th place was Ray Norris with Well Armed at 238.53. That rounds out the class.
Okay. And then we finish up again with the limited pro stock semi trucks. And oh boy, look at here, taking the win. Ryan Smith with Snowblind Mac at 309.57. Second place was the Pressure Time Peterbilt, Jeremy Greek behind the wheel, 307.06. Third was the Scrapper of Hank Oster at 306.17. Fourth, the Inconvenience, driven by Lyndon Weaver, Freightliner at 287.70. And rounding out the class in fifth was the Back in Black Mac of Albert Brown at 286.05. So another successful event, the Mason-Dixon Fair, and that's the only pool this year there, other than Antiques. They just all their Friday night events are gone. I don't know. Maybe in the future everything will come back together here. And I'm being summoned.
Yeah.
I'll be in summons real quick, so I'll be right back. Sorry. Carry on, Dwayne. Get
All
us
right.
started.
I guess we're moving on to Snyder County. Snyder County had a great pull on Saturday evening. We started off the evening with the enhanced farm tractors. Coming in first place was Mason Sudol with his 6030 John Deere at 350.79. In second place was Brooks Major with the mystery case at 348.27. In third place was Caitlin Houck with Little Stinker 2 at 344.30. In fourth place was Matt Sudol on another green John Deere 6030 at 330.45. In fifth place was Brandon Ewing driving the rough case at 325.41. In sixth place was Ty Brenninger from Millmont with an international called No Bull. He had 323.46. In seventh place was DJ Boop with the Barnyard Kid at 313.70. In eighth place was Mitchell Sudol with a John Deere at 309.70. And in ninth place was Mark Reich with a Smokin' Bandit at 295.75. After the enhanced farm, we moved into the Pro Street Gas. There was nine trucks on hand. Coming in first place was Carl Barnhart with the Midlife Crisis at 341.15. Had an excellent run. In second place was Mike Mitchell with his red Bad to the Bone truck at 335.42. In third place was Jason Wadlington with a truck called Violet at 325.54. In fourth place was Mike Mitchell Jr. driving the Bone Crusher at 324.69. In fifth place, Jeremiah Fake from Myerstown at 322.04. In sixth place, we had Steve Zeckman from Jonestown with a truck called Slightly Modified at 316.06. In seventh place was Craig Shaner from Hughesville with a half-ass pulling truck at 312.72. In eighth place was Nathan Harding from Lebanon, PA at 275.44. And in ninth place was Dwayne Temple from Muncie, PA at 294.62. After the Pro Street Gas trucks,
How many classes? I'm sorry, Dwayne. I'm back. I
went through.
We got alerted. Go ahead.
I went through the enhanced farm and the
Wow.
Pro Stock gas trucks, and I think the next class was
the first class was the 226.
Oh, I missed the 26.
Okay.
My bad.
I'll do the 26 here real quick. We just got alerted for somewhere for a tornado warning, but I don't see it on any of my records here. I didn't get back here in time to catch the warning.
Your camera's still off.
I know. I'll turn it on here in a minute.
I gotcha. I didn't know if you realized it or not.
Yep. Well.
Yeah, my bad. I skipped out on the. Yeah.
That's quite all right. We'll go there right now.
Well, if it starts making a lot of noise and you disappear, we know what happened.
Don't wish that on me.
No, I don't.
But anyway, let me change this over to there. Okay, we got to make sure we get Craig's stuff in there. Anyway, 2.6 trucks did 2.6 Prairie Street Diesel 4x4 truck started the night. Taking the win, Dave Irwin Jr. In a Ford that is been on a tear this year. 359.10 taking the win. Second was Chris Lloyd at 339.89. Third was Derek Smith with the limited time Dodge, 339.45. Fourth was Kyler Zeckman at 335.96. That's also a Dodge. Fifth was David Heller with the out of line truck at 334.51. And rounding out the class in sixth was Jesse Young with the gray area Ford. Let's see. That was actually a DQ. He ran out of bounds. He was the first of the class and had an issue and run out of bounds. And unfortunately was able to correct his issue and come back. So
looked like he, it looked
lost
like
steering,
he,
obviously.
Had a three-wheel drive situation or something, and it really whipped him. Yeah, he got crossed up quick.
Yes, he did. Yeah. We'll go ahead and jump to the 10,500-pound hot stock class and taking the win. Man, this tractor is fun to watch. The worst case scenario, you're driven by Terry Tanner from the Hoyt pulling team at 348.96. Second was Brad Kramer with the French Road Deer at 314.67. Third, Jeff Brenninger with the Red Law International at 302.22. Fourth was Dennis Boop with the Black Stripe Addiction at 287.53, and that's with the mishaps. I mean, he was on a pretty good pass, and then I don't know if probably an injector line or an injector. She was
for DJ or for Dennis.
For Dennis, yeah.
Yeah, Dennis lost the number 6 injector line. It wasn't connected anymore. He had a lot of fuel coming out the bottom.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that explains that. Still, nevertheless, getting fourth. That's nothing to sneeze at. Fifth place was Matt Houck with the Old Red at 284.67. Sixth was Austin. That's not right. So that was reset. Sixth would have been Matt Sudall. Okay. I'm sorry. Sixth was Austin Bauer. They reset the sled on him. He was not able to come back. And Matt Sudall also was a hook broke with the 4755 Express. So that's weird.
Yeah, he had Sudall had tried to come. He was on the sled, and then it didn't go for some reason.
Yeah, twice. Made 2 attempts. Mm-hmm. And if you want to go ahead and talk about the 3.0 trucks, that's your class. So,
yeah, we had a nice class of 6 3.0 trucks. Coming in first place, taking the win, was Greg Walker with the Dreams Happen Dodge. First time out on refreshed engine at 360.80. Took it the whole way to the dust.
Pretty much, yep.
In second place was a great run by Jason Heimbach with his white Ford at 358.06. In third place was Matt Horse with the Pushing the Limit Dodge at 356.05.
Turbo still intact.
Turbo still, and the spare turbo still intact. And coming in fourth place was
you can do it.
I'm not even sure what his last name is.
Berline.
Okay, it was Gary Berline from Vermont with a truck called Bare Bones at 353.18. In fifth place was Jared Brown with the Bad Karma Blue Dodge at 347.07. And in sixth place was Brendan Fink with the No Mercy Gray 3rd Gen Dodge at 344.27.
All right. Next up was the Mod Turbo Super Farm Tractor class. And we had 5 make the call for that. And taking the win, Corey Eberhardt with the Gold Edition International at 316.66. Good to see them in the winner's circle. Second, Matt Dersham driving the other half at 309.63. Third was Aaron Eberhardt with the Hammer Down International at 308.19. Fourth, Tyler Woolever with the Just In Case at 301.04. And rounding out the class, DJ Boop with High on the Hog at 43.64. She just wouldn't hold the boost and go. So I'm sure they'll get that fixed soon.
Yep. The last class of the evening was the Wild Street Diesel Trucks. Coming in first place was Jansen Royer with the Hillbilly Deluxe at 357.40. In second place was Keaton Smith with a truck called Clean Slate at 345.03. In third place was Jake Wagner with the Working Man's Blues. He had 312.91. In fourth place was Vernon Shirk from Mifflinburg, PA, with a truck called Amish Pedigree.
Yes.
At 303.09. And in fifth place was Cleason Weaver at 277.08. And we had Todd Young there from Benton, and he had an issue in the pits and wasn't able to bring the truck up to the track. So a nice little, nice class of Wild Street trucks there.
Yeah, actually got done a lot faster than I thought we would. But, great weekend of pulling, man. And got another goodie coming up this Saturday. We're going to get into that here in just a minute, but take a look back here. It was nice to, I will say, I got packed up and done there and talked to Chase Diamond for a little bit before I got on the road from Sealands Grove. As I was driving up the hill, it started raining. So we got that event done in a good, timely manner and just in time. So
we actually had a little bit of a fine mist on our windshield on the way home, and we didn't hit any rain, thankfully. But we hit on 11 and 15 down close to Duncannon or Clark's Ferry. There was a lot of water on the road for a short section, but it wasn't more than a mile or two. So
yeah, it rained just enough to mess the dirt up on your truck. You know what I mean? It wouldn't wash it off good enough. But don't worry, I took care of that here. So we are getting plenty of rain. Everybody's getting plenty of rain. There's a lot of flooding going on. It's crazy. And we want to keep our thoughts and prayers out to anybody's having to deal with this stuff. With the flooding and stuff. I know Pennsylvania here just a couple of days ago really had some issues with some pretty serious flooding, as well as Texas and I believe Iowa, and it just goes on and on and on. It's crazy weather right now. So, but we're crossing our fingers every weekend. We had a great, lucky weekend this weekend. We got 3 events in without the fear of rain, pretty much. We had one coming out of Saturday while we were, just about done the event. We were still pulling. I think we had 2 classes to go, and that's when I called you. I said, Dwayne.
Yeah.
but it fell apart within 5
Yeah, it wasn't.
It started falling off the radar. So.
It wasn't anything too crazy. It wasn't able to consolidate and make a lot of rain.
No, we did pretty good. Got lucky with that. I'm going to pull up a flyer for this Saturday's upcoming event.
Yeah, I was a little bit disappointed. I normally have a nice conversation going on with JR at the pulls, and we had a live mic right beside JR's head the whole evening, and so I apologize if you hear any outbursts or curse words or anything on inappropriate.
From what I can remember, I don't remember any foul language.
I was just kidding.
What scared me was I had a lot of trouble. I got to pull my tripod apart and get that cleaned up. I had a lot of, because I set up high because I filmed out of the back of my truck here, and I got to pan down or tilt down as they're coming down the track, and that thing would stick and pop. And, oh my Lord, I was getting furious. But I thought Chase was going to other things in between runs, and I'm sitting there monkeying with the tripod going up and down with it.
And then the video.
It's all live, so they're watching the camera go up and down. I'm like, I didn't realize it was doing that, and I apologize for that. I know all the live footage came from just my camera. I thought it would be somebody else doing it as well at the head of the track, starting into the track or whatever. But Nope. It was one camera the whole time, and I do. If you were watching the live feed, I apologize for all that herky jerky camera motions and stuff. I was trying to get the tripod to cooperate. Eventually, I did, but
you were the main man.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect. I knew I was going to do it, but I didn't expect to be the only one. So, if you go back and you watch the live feed and you think, "What is that dude? Is he drunk or what's going on?" I'm sorry. I was trying to get my tripod to cooperate. So, and it's not like it's a piece of junk, but they get dirty and they get sticky, and we'll get it fixed up.
Well, after the pull was over, I went over to the faucet and washed up, and there was a lot of dirt in the air. That's for sure.
Oh yeah, for sure. But anyway, this Saturday, let me pull that flyer up real quick. They've had pools there many times before. They do garden tractor pulling there. This is at the. It was the Gladhill John Deere dealership there. I'm not sure who owns that. I mean, what company is there now? But Gladhills are putting on the event there. Flyer. Here we go.
There it is.
Go ahead. Anyway, 5 big classes coming here to the Gladhills Pro Pool, and that is at 5509 Mount Zion Road, Frederick, Maryland 21703 is your GPS address, and literally, it's right outside the city of Frederick, 340 South. Couple exits down. Mount Zion Road that exit's going to be obviously to the right hand side. It's a couple exits down. I think it's the next one down past Technology Drive, if I remember correctly. I could be wrong, but you can Google it, look it up. But it's literally right there. As soon as you come off of 340, you're going to come off the ramp right hand side there, and obviously you're going to see the John Deere dealership there. You see that right from 340. It almost looks like you turn right off 340 and pull in the pits, but you can't. You got to take the exit ramp there, and literally a couple hundred feet, you're turning right into the facility. So, I do know that the Regional Fire Protection, Mike Wilhide, has anteed up some more money, has dropped the check off to Tara, and there will be added money put into classes. I don't know how much. I don't know what classes or all the classes, however they're going to do it, but Mark Wilhide has put up some money from the Regional Fire Protection company he owns, and we definitely thank you for that. It's right beside Tractor Supply. Okay, more Motorsports LLC or Tara, but yes. Virginia, Maryland Tractors is the new name of the dealership there. But anyway, it's Gladhills Pro Pool. We're looking at the 6,200-pound modified 4x4 trucks, the ABC York 466 hot farm tractors, East Coast Diesel 4x4 trucks, limited Pro Stock semi trucks, and the Weimer Turbo and Fuel Super Stock Pro Stock tractors. And that's, I believe, I don't know why I can't see that any bigger. But
it's going to be a good show.
Absolutely. And yes, I know there's no lighting there. They are going to be stocked up with plenty of light towers to get the event in. And we want this thing to be a grand slam for these guys. We want this pool to take off and fly and do good, and get your butts out there and support the event. Gladhill's a great family, long time pulling family. And they also have a 466 hot farm, which you see pictured there on the flyer, the John Deere, second one down from the top. And I don't know what to say. Get your butts out there. They do a lot for truck and tractor pulling, and now it's our turn to. That's July 19th, this Saturday at 6 p.m.
So what do they have do they have stadium seating, or is it bring your own, or how?
Yeah, bring your chair.
Okay.
I can't. I don't think there's any bleacher seating. Tara, you're on here. I can't remember. I bet I go out there every October, and it's one of those things that I don't pay attention to. If there's bleachers,
Hmm.
it's not a whole lot, but you can bring your own chairs and stuff. Would I be correct in saying that, Tara? You get a chance to answer that.
Cool.
I just don't remember.
That way, nobody shows up and gets caught by surprise.
Yeah,
Well, that's
there might be
cool.
bleacher seating here. I just don't remember. I could go back and look at one of my.
She said,
Okay, bleachers are being delivered. Okay, so there you go. There will be bleachers there.
nice.
Okay. Plenty of track area, plenty wide. Pullers, pits, plenty of pit area. I'm sure there'll be food there, beverage.
Yeah, I think
We want to see butts in the seats. That's what we want to see.
there's going to be some food trucks there, according to the flyer.
Yes. Yeah, I can't read the flyer. I wish I could blow it up, but I can't get it to be any bigger here. But there's some great classes on hand. We should have decent puller numbers. And again, there's added money, guys. So get out here and take your shot at it.
If you can't read the fine print, it says $15 cash at the gate. Kids 10 and under are free.
Okay. Very
Yeah,
good.
I'm have big. Yeah, I hope that everything goes well for them guys. It's sometimes a little bit nerve wracking to do a big pull like that, and especially for the first time around. But after that's done, then hopefully it's like clockwork from there out.
Well, their antique and classic tractor pool is big. They run 2 tracks, and it goes off without a hitch. I mean, it's without any problems. They know what they're doing there, so it's not like they've never
Cool.
had a tractor pool. But this is the first, if you will, Atlantic Pro pulling style pool that they've had there. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it'll be fine. They got plenty of experience with pulling
That's
plenty
cool.
of tractors there. So
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never been at that pool. That's I was just curious.
yeah, it's they do a good job. So I'm sure they'll do a good job Saturday night as well.
Awesome.
All right, Jeff. Brother Jeff's here. Brother David's here. My goodness. Man, I got to take a look at chat over here. I didn't miss any questions on it, guys. Laylac. More motorsports. Okay. Tom Davis. Okay. Tom's saying Moon Lake County Fairgrounds and Event Grounds is coming up this Sunday. Tom, can you give us what state is that in? Let us know where that's at.
I was trying to remember. Is he from Michigan?
Yeah, I believe he is. I believe
I
that's
think it's
where-
Michigan.
Yeah, Dustin, definitely a good weekend of pulling. Yep. Yeah, we got lucky. He was able to get all 3 in without any H2O falling on us too much. So
And following Gladhills, we're going to be in Beast of the East territory.
again? Oh yeah, Lebanon Fair. Yes, absolutely.
But it's not going to be a Beast of the East pull. Almost, but not quite.
Yeah, that's July 23rd at 7:30 p.m. The Lebanon Area Fair, Lebanon Fairgrounds, ABC York 466 Hot Farm, modified 4x4 trucks, the Reimer Fuel and Turbo, Super Stock Pro Stock tractors, East Coast Diesel 4-wheel drive trucks, and the limited Pro Stock semis will be on hand there. July 23rd, 7:30 p.m. July 24th at 7:30 p.m. The next night is the rain date for that July 23rd event. Then, guess what? We head home here, man. We are July 25th and 26th, Friday and Saturday, 7 p.m. both nights. Harford County Farm Fair right here in wild, wonderful, stormy Bel Air, Maryland.
Stormy.
Oh my goodness, I could tell you so many storm stories from Bel Air. It's not funny.
Mm.
Yeah, we've had some wicked weather there, but hopefully we'll We've been good the last few years here. So 466 ABC York 466 hot farm tractors, modified tractors, limited pro stock semi trucks, and the East Coast diesel 4-wheel drive trucks. Both nights 7 p.m. Those classes, come on out. There's been talk, I probably shouldn't mention, but there's been talk of a possible modified mini class that would be through the fair, not Atlantic Pro Pulling, but I'm not sure if that's came to fruition or not. It's just a possibility. So we'll see. July 29th, 7 p.m., Schuylkill County Fair in Summit Station, Pennsylvania. Yeah, you're welcome, buddy. The modified 4x4 trucks, ABC York Hot Farm tractors, East Coast Diesel 4-wheel drive trucks, and the limited Pro Stock semi trucks. July 29th, Schuylkill County Fair, 7 p.m. in Summit Station, Pennsylvania. August 4th, we go over to Mr. Troy Nails Bowl, 6 p.m. at the Berkeley County Youth Fair in Martinsburg, West Virginia. Modified 4x4 trucks, of course. You don't go to that area without pulling 4-wheel drive trucks. ABC York 466 hot farm tractors, East Coast Diesel 4x4 trucks, and the Weimer Fuel and Turbo Super Stock Pro Stock tractors. August 9th, 7 p.m. Guess where we're at, Dwayne?
Oh, Beast of the East on
Beast
August the 9th.
Yep, 7 p.m.
Oh,
What are we running, Dwayne?
We're going to be running the East Coast Diesel 4x4. I don't have my stuff pulled up. East Coast Diesel 4x4, and I think we're running the 466 Hot Farm.
Mm-hmm.
We're also going to be here we go. We're going to be running Wild Street Diesel, 2.6 diesel trucks, 3.0 limited pro diesel, which is an Atlantic class, street gas trucks, pro street gas trucks, and I think that is it. There's a possibility that we might have an Appalachian Outlaws class joining us, but I have to nail that down.
Right. Okay.
So,
Cool deal. 7 p.m. August 9th.
Yep.
Lebanon Fairgrounds.
$15 admission.
Uh-oh. I got thunder roaring here, so we're not going to be much longer, guys. I knew there's storms rolling in here. There's a big one coming, so I don't want to fry my stuff up here. But, August 16th, 6 p.m., we're back at Berryville, Virginia for our third event there this year. Clark County Raritan's Fairgrounds for the Pro Stock 4x4 trucks, modified 4x4 trucks, and the ABC York 466 Hot Farm tractors. August 22nd, August 23rd, 7 p.m. both nights. We're at the Center County Grange Fair in Center Hall, Pennsylvania. I'm just double checking. There might be some Friday nights classes will be the Reimer Fuel and Turbo, Super Stock Pro Stock tractors, modified tractors, ABC York Hot Farm tractors, limited pro tractors, limited pro stock semi trucks. It says more to be determined. I'm not sure what's come of that. I don't know if there's anything else added, Tara, if you're still in here. And then August 23rd, 7 p.m. again, Center Hall, Pennsylvania. The Weimer Fuel and Turbo Super Stock Pro Stock tractors, modified tractors, ABC York Hot Farm tractors, modified 4x4 trucks, limited pro stock semis, and also more to be determined. So I'm not sure what's come of that. Finishing out the month of August. Brand new event, once again, for Atlantic Pro Pulling. August 30th at 6 p.m., we're rolling into the Georgetown Speedway in Georgetown, Delaware, for the modified 4x4 trucks, ABC York 466 Hot Farm tractors, limited pro stock semis, East Coast Diesel 4x4 trucks, and the modified tractors will be on hand. 6 p.m. August 30th. Come on over to Georgetown Speedway, put the butts in the seats, and let's give this promoter a big show, because we want to go back. It's nice to be back in Delaware pulling.
Cool.
And that takes us to September, and we have 2 events to go beyond that as of right now. So we'll get into that later.
Busy this month and next month.
It's fair season, man. It's fair season. So plenty to do. Get out there this Saturday. I'm going to cut the show a little short because it's starting to boom here pretty good. Surprise, surprise. It just won't stop storming. It is insane.
Yep, I was watching the radar. This weekend also at Snyder County at Lycoming County Fair. Friday evening will be enhanced farm hot stock, and there's going to be 1, 2, 3 classes of interstate tractors: Pro Farm, Light Limited, and Mod Turbo. So that'll be a good show for all the Northerners or the Central Pennsylvanians.
Okay. And where's that at again?
Lycoming County Fairgrounds in Hughesville, PA, starting at 6 p.m.
Yep. Snyder County. Yep. Very good. And I know they got a pool coming up August 30th, I believe, as well. When we're in Delaware, they have an event there at Sealands Grove. That's going to be their kids' night event as well, where they give away bicycles and stuff to kids, and they have little obstacle courses. They do different things with the kids, that games and stuff for the kids. So they do a pretty good job with that stuff. So, and we'll discuss that.
We'll bring that up at the next one.
Absolutely. But again, I just want to reiterate: this Saturday, 6 p.m. Let's everybody get out to Gladhill's Pro Pool at 5509 Mount Zion Road, Frederick, Maryland. 21703 is your GPS address. 5 great classes on slated to run, and again, additional monies. Thank you, Mark Wilhide, Regional Fire Protection, man, goes a long way. We really appreciate everything these sponsors are doing this year. Spring Garden again, like I say, we got to meet them Friday night, and just awesome.
Yeah,
appreciate all the sponsors, Extreme Driver, etc. On down the line. Helena, a lot of stuff going on here. We really appreciate everything these sponsors have done for Atlantic Pro Pulling this year. First year out under that banner, and it's going really well. The new events are going really well. So can't wait. Put fingers crossed for a nice day Saturday. Me and Scotty will be out there puffing around, teching, flagging, all that good stuff, and then I guess Dwayne and I will be the following Wednesday. We'll be teching, and I know flagging. You and Tara will be flagging. I'm not sure if I have a helper go with me. I'll be flagging, so we'll see what happens.
Yep, it's going to be a good week of polling.
Yeah, we look forward to. And then you got Bel Air right after that. So, and then then you're rolling the following week. You have Summit Station and stuff. So there's plenty of polling to do. So.
Yep.
West End Fair, Union County West End Fair, all their stuff, their big fair week's coming up next week.
It'll be the first week of August.
It
starts the first week of August.
They pull pretty much every night. So
first week of August the fair starts, but their pools will be August the 8th and August the 9th. August the 8th will be the Snyder County classes at 7 p.m. And then August the 9th, overlapping Beast of the East, will be interstate classes.
Gotcha.
And a fair class. So, yeah.
Good deal. Yep. Get out there and support Snyder County, Atlantic Pro Pulling. Get out and support everybody. Everybody sticks their neck on the line out here. Again, sponsors, God bless you. Thank you. Extra monies and pullers, pay mind to that. Come on out and support us. Okay, we're going to cut it short here. I got some booming going on in the background again. So, and I got lightning alerts going on the phone here. So, Dwayne, hang aside here in the back. We'll go backstage here real quick. And everybody else, see you next Wednesday. Hopefully, we get a full weekend of pulling in here again. And it's time to just dry up just a little bit. Have enough rain. So.
We won't be here next Wednesday because we'll be at Lebanon.
We'll be at Lebanon next Wednesday. You're absolutely right. So we'll see you in 2 weeks.
Yep.
Fortunately, Yep. We'll definitely be at Lebanon. I'm glad you brought that up.
I just thought about it as soon as you said it. I was like, no.
Yeah. Crazy. Okay, everybody. Thanks for joining us. And hate to cut it short, but again, storms are coming. So
we'll 5 minutes. 5 minutes short ain't too bad.
And keep an eye on social media, Atlantic Pro Pulling LLC.com, Facebook, Atlantic Pro Pulling, Eastern Extreme Pulling, or EEP Pulling videos, anywhere. our personal pages. We all share back and forth any changes to upcoming schedules. So weather alerts, et cetera, et cetera. So keep an eye on social media. That's your next best friend. So till then, we'll see you in 2 weeks. Thank you, Dwayne. I'll see you backstage. Everybody else, thanks for joining us tonight.
Adios.
See ya.